Who made class today? Anybody? Did y'all make class? Y'all made class this evening or this morning? I went to sleep. Thought I was gonna lay down for an hour or two and was asleep for 5. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, Miss Nettie, the necessities. Hey, y'all. Who made class earlier today? You did, Miss Pam? Hey, Miss Erica. Go on and do your nails. We ain't about to be on here long. I just wanted to let y'all know we'll be back live tomorrow evening at sometime. Probably about 10 o'clock. You have not slept for 24 hours. Oh, no. Go to sleep, Miss Lucia. Hey. Hey, baby. Hey, Mariah. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to let y'all all know. Yes. Did y'all make class earlier today? You did? Who got chopped in the throat this morning? Q, did you get chopped in the throat? Who got chopped in the throat this morning for class? Hey, nephew. Anybody get chopped? You did? Sylvia? You did, Miss Erica? Uh-oh. That's all I got on here to see what you say. Yes, I did. Me. Miss Diane, you did too? Oh, Tiffany, we recorded it. You know it's on there. Hey, Miss Sai. Auntie, you got chopped in the throat too? You was hoodwinked. Mm-hmm. Miss Barbara said, me. You said I watched the replay and got chopped too. Ooh-wee. Listen. So this is the thing. Jerry Springer, this AM. What you just said, you already know. I have a feeling these are dirty. So let me clean this off because I'm sure there's oil on it. Hey, y'all. Oh, Lord. You said my throat is sore, Miss Deborah. Oh. Oh, shoot. Throat and slapped upside my head. Auntie. Shanika said me too. Ooh. I'm going to tell y'all something. So that lesson has been on my heart all weekend, but I had my grandson here and all of that stuff, so I didn't have time really to do it. But it speaks a lot to why certain things be going on in our life, y'all. Let's see if this can get right before it get left. Okay, I'm thinking that's right. Did y'all get that? So there's a lot of things that we be experiencing. One, because of our parents. I'm still holding pressure to my throat. I'm telling you, honey. Listen, you would just be like, look, trying to clutch your pearls and hold your neck. One of the things that makes me excited with y'all, I want to say this, is that you all are seeing the Bible. And I ask this all the time, but I'm going to ask again. Who else is seeing the Bible in a different way? Who else is understanding that the Bible really do have all our stories and every single thing that we need? It's in there. The drama, the chaos, the baby daddy, baby mama drama, the jealous girlfriend, the overbearing mother, the slimy father, the creepy cousin. All of it's in there. And if you take your time and don't read it, you study it, you will see. It was fun to say my church people, but I learn more than I do at church. When I go to church, my hubby and I be bored. Oh, and really hate. We be visiting just to satisfy people, not our spiritual. Uh oh. Miss Erica. I know exactly where that's at. I know exactly where you at, baby. It got to the point where I couldn't even. I just like, this is a waste of my gas and time. I'm doing this so people think I'm here, but my heart is at home with my books. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I haven't been a member of a church for almost 20 years. Well, hello there, baby of mine. How are you? I see you. Are you at work? Dear little baby. My baby is here. Hello. Hey. What you say? I ain't been able to find you on TikTok, mommy. You ain't called me all day. Hello. You thought you was going to sneak in here. I see you. Now, there's that. I had to stop, but I show up every now and then. I'm not a member. Listen, that's exactly why I stopped going to church this last year. Really? So can I ask you a question? For those of you that did leave church, and I'm not, y'all know I don't, my grandfather was a preacher. Couldn't stand going to that evil place. Wow. What's going on with baby food? Oh, they just give you baby food at church. Yeah. So listen. You remember how people used to use basic instructions before leaving Earth, like a thing to make you feel some type of way? Hey, baby. Hey, Miss Judy. I'm froze over here. Probably got too many windows open. Yep, that's what's going on. Let's try it now. You said not anymore, Q. You haven't been in a while. Okay. You're welcome. Dre, I don't know how to say I don't know how to say the whole name, but Dre, you're welcome. I'm just saying, listen, this is the thing, right? Excuse me. This is why the Bible says, "In all thy getting, get an understanding." So you know when you hear basic instructions before leaving Earth, y'all, that really is what the KJV is. Do y'all understand that? The KJV version, the King James version, so they say that trying to be mean, like, oh, basic instructions before leaving Earth. But you're right, the most basic. It's almost like kindergarten level reading. And if that's all you want, that's all God is going to give you. He's not going to force you to know more. He's not going to force you to learn more. He's not going to force you to know that you can read about Enoch and Adam and Eve and all that. He's not going to, if that's all you want, because you're going to be sedity with even that little information. You see what he said, the little you got, it ain't really even that much. But when you take your time and you start to look up the names and the places and the people and where they migrated to and what gods they serve and the names, it makes the Bible literally pop up off the page. That's what it does. So even reading the story of David, we all have heard the story of David and Bathsheba, but who saw it different today? Who saw the story of David and Bathsheba and could apply it to your own life? Because when you're reading the Bible, you should be seeing where your actions fit in the story. Anytime God takes you to something to read, you're supposed to look at you first. My godmother taught me that. She said, baby, you don't look at the words that pointed out to everybody else. You need to see where you lining up and if you are that person in that story. Because he's not taking it to you just for other people. Sometimes God is taking you to that story for yourself. You said way different today, huh? If you ain't reading the word and it don't make you cry, you ain't reading it right. If you don't get a little lump in your throat when you be like, oh, wait a minute. I'm guilty of that too. Hold on. It'll stop making you point your finger at folks like, oh, you. You be like, I don't got nothing to say. I don't got nothing to say because, baby, if they getting to reading my stuff out of here, I'm going to head out. I'm going to head out. See, when you read the word and you start identifying yourself and your actions and your past things that you thought you done got forgiven for, when you see it in that, you be like, oh, wait a minute. I'm guilty of that. Hold on. Because at first, okay, who saw when David thought it was somebody else, he didn't have no mercy for the person? Who saw that? When Nathan the prophet came and told him his little parable, He said, "Oh no, we ain't dealing with none of that." He said, "It's you. So you gonna kill yourself, or you gonna? I mean, because if you saying they should die, then that's what God should do for you." It's always different when the knife at your throat. You said, "I'm exiting to the left." Come on, Miss Starks. Remember? Because he did all of that. Then God sent somebody to him and say, "Okay, let me tell you a story." "Oh, no, 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 no. We need to handle that." He said, "Okay, well, it's you. So should we kill you right now or later? Should God smite thee right now? Because this story I'm telling you about is you." That changes how quick you be. That changes how quick you are to judge what a person should go through because of what they did. Right? It hit different when it's you. It hit different when it's your child that's on drugs and everybody talking about them, and you gotta stay up all night and go to the. But when it was your cousin's baby, you didn't care. If it's your son that's going through some things, whatever, you don't care. And you got everything to say about why and here and this and that until it's at your house. Now, who remembers the lesson that we did about 30, 60, 100-fold? Who got to see those classes where we talked about the seed you sow either come back 30, 60, or 100-fold? Y'all saw that class? Okay, so think about this. David sowed the seed of sleeping with a married woman, the seed of trying to deceive her husband, the seed of bribery, the seed of murder, okay? So adultery, lust, deception, murder, okay? Adultery. He sowed 4 seeds. But he lost so much. He lost all his extra wives since he took the one from the person that didn't have any, and David had several. He was going to have to deal with watching his family members be killed by the Ammonites forever, as long as he lived and as long as his bloodline is living. So whoever the Ammonites are today, they still got a problem with David's bloodline because God's word don't change. And he lost his son. And he had to sit and watch while his wives was getting banged out by his friends and family members. Because God said, you took his wife and had sex with her in dark, but I'm going to give your wives away and you going to watch people make love to them in the daytime. Your homeboys and your brothers and stuff. Who would think that God would even allow something like that to happen? Do you think that God would say something like that in what they teach us in church? Do you even think that would be something that God would say? You slept with somebody's wife in the dark, and that was the only wife he had. Oh, wait a minute. Where was I? I don't know what happened. Wait a minute, Robin. Hold on. What happened, Robin? How did I didn't know nothing about this. Okay, y'all. Robin said thank you for everybody that put something in the fund for the GoFundMe. I had no idea. I'm so sorry, honey. He fell out on the road and his heart stopped. The blood of Jesus. God knows, baby. You said you got him home. God already knows. Yes, I didn't know either. But you know what? I'm learning in this life, y'all, that be the miracle of the situation. Like, there's people that come back from those things, and God have a whole thing that they are a testimony. Like the people that passed away and they came back and they said they wasn't gonna be normal and all of this old stuff, and then they come back and God being gave these people revelation about things that are coming. God is allowing things to happen that we don't understand. But I'm telling you, because I met somebody that was in a coma I think he was in a coma for a month, and he let me know he heard every conversation. He saw everybody sitting around him and everything, but he could never see who was in the bed. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Right? They thought your mom too. They could hear everything. They knew everything. They knew the days and everything. So he can hear and see. His spirit can hear and see, and that is mind blowing to me. It's been 3 months. That's okay. He was down for a minute. Listen, people come back and they talk about what they saw, where they was. You don't know what is getting ready to come out of this situation. I'm telling y'all, I didn't talk to some people that the doctors was like, oh, this and that, baby. And when that person came back, they had a whole revelation for everybody. For everybody. You don't know what miracle God getting ready to do. You just keep praying. God know exactly what he's doing. I'm telling you. Because when my daughter got sick, I never would have thought that the things that came out of that would have came out of that. Every single time that there is an issue, the miraculous thing is the supernatural. Man can't do it. So all you waiting on is the miracle to be finished, girl. Literally. Any situation you have that is out of man's hands, God want to show you how big he is. And if you look at trouble like that, it won't defeat you as much. And I'm not saying it's not hard on you, because, honey, I done been through some things that I had to crawl. When I say crawl through, yeah, girl, they told me my daughter would, girl, I don't believe, listen, whose report will you believe, the doctor or God? Because, baby, I'm telling you, I told you when my daughter got diagnosed, I didn't let them use the cancer word around her. She was just in here. I didn't let them use the cancer word. I didn't let them say tumor. They had to call it a bump. We ain't speaking nothing as though it ain't. Because, see, listen, think about this. They'll tell you, oh, we think it's cancer. So then you start telling people, oh, they think it's cancer. And guess what show up? Even if it wasn't there at first. Guess what shows up? Cancer. They kept trying to say cancer around. She don't got cancer. I'm not receiving any of that. She don't got none of that. What do you mean? She don't got a tumor. She got a bump in her eye. Ma'am, we understand. No, you don't. Because if I continue to say what you say, the devil knows that whatever I speak, I'm going to have that. No, she don't got no cancer. They told my mom when I was 12 years old that I had uterine cancer. She said that she don't. Well, she has cancerous cells. She says she don't. She don't. They was trying to get rid of my uterus before I even had a kid. I hadn't even had my cycle 2 years. Where is the cancer coming from? But I had a healthy uterus, and they can transplant it into somebody that can't have a baby. They told my mom I would never have children at 12. And if I didn't have my tubes out, I'd have 100. At least 40, 35, 20 for sure. For real. I have about 20 kids. Because I'm fertile. So if my mom would have listened. They tried to tell me that one of my kids had Down syndrome when she was born. I said, no, she don't. Yeah, we're seeing the signs. I said, no, she don't. Not that there's anything even wrong with that. But I said, no, she don't. And guess what? She don't. And they swore up and down that she had Down syndrome. And she don't. I said, no. No, she don't. Because guess what? Even if your baby don't and you start letting them give you medicines, there are medicines, y'all, that cause chronic illness. And they know that. Just like I told y'all, when my daughter was pregnant and they tried to give her something for her nausea. And I said, before you take that, you need to read the side effects, not for you, for the baby. And the side effect was spina bifida, y'all. So you give a pregnant woman in her first trimester a medicine that's going to stop her from throwing up, but open her baby's spinal cord up in the first trimester when everything is developing. And then y'all would have said it was hereditary. No, I'm serious. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. My granddaughter just had ovarian cancer. And they gave her a partial hysterectomy at 17. I told you. And she probably didn't even have ovarian cancer. But they need those eggs. They need those ovaries. They need the part of those uteruses for their... they did my auntie like that. They took her uterus in the 70s at 17. It was a big thing in the 70s where they was telling a lot of people of color, Spanish, Black, Indian, and stuff like that, that they had cancer and they was taking their uteruses and taking their eggs, y'all. Yes, this is true. I used to draw blood for some kind of gynecology, and I know they lie. God placed me in such places to pray over. I'm telling you right now. I don't take their word. You trying to get money. And if I'm sick and you giving me medicines that I don't need or that are going to cause long-term problems, I'm going to be a lifetime patient. Cancer can be killed with apricot seeds and kernels. They know all of this. It can be killed with old girl blood too. But you think they putting that out? Henrietta Lacks, the Hella cells, her blood kills cancer and all the other diseases. Why we ain't doing it? Because the medical community would crash. There'll be no money for medical research then. But they already know her blood cures everything. Wouldn't be surprised if she's a descendant of the Lord somewhere in his family. Or one of the prophets or something. When God said your family is going to be blessed and blah, 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 I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't one of those people, a descendant, because God's word don't change. So be careful, y'all. You needed to hear this. God is always in the mess. Yes, glam gangster, honey. I didn't listen. They tried to speak all kind of stuff over my son. They said he was going to have, he got the alpha thalassemia trait, but they was like, yeah, he going to have sickle cell and this and that. No, he's not. He's absolutely not going to do that. He's not. I don't let people speak just things over my life, y'all, especially these doctors. And I'm not saying nothing to anybody that's in the medical community, but not all doctors are right, just like not all police are right, just like not all nurses. You got nurses and doctors of death. I know 10 women that have had or still have cancer since last year. Come on. They told me I had cervical cancer when I was 21 and cut some out. Come on. I already know how I go. They did that to me at 12, which made my cervix caused me to always have preterm labor when I had my kids, and so I would have to be on bed rest. When they took that chunk out of my cervix at 12, the little biopsy where they freeze whatever, that made my cervix unstable. So with all my kids, I had to be put on bed rest because they done took a chunk out of something that they shouldn't. I'm telling you, y'all. And it ain't nothing wrong. There are genetic disorders and there are people that are really sick. Not taken away from that. But they practicing. We talked about it. It's medical practice. Not medical, no. We practicing. They'll give you medicine that they haven't even tested on animals yet and won't tell you. Okay? So with that, back to what I was saying, because I'm not going to be on here long. I'm about to get up. I told you about 30 minutes. Because I got to go clean my closet. Stuff everywhere. I'm about to build me some kind of thing and put it in there because I don't have no dressers. All my stuff is just in the closet because it ain't nobody but me. What I need a dresser for? My room is already. My coworker wife had a tummy tuck and now she got only one kidney. They trying to tell her she was born that way. Maybe they took it during surgery. I'm telling you. Listen, here. Who's been here for our pharmacy classes? To know that pharmakia or pharmacy, the root word to pharmacy is witchcraft, incantation, spells, or poison. They practice. I don't tap on my back and now I've always had back problems. And you don't even have kids. Come on. But I remember what you said about the demon names and pharmacy. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This book and this book, let me see if I can find the place. Oh, screenshot this real quick. This is off the subject, but dang it. Y'all screenshot this. For those of you that don't have this book, you wondering about how these kingdoms about to be split up with this one world government? Here we go. Screen, y'all see it say Group 1, North America, Group 2, Western Europe, Group 3, Japan, Group 4. Y'all see it? Screenshot it and flip it on your phone. Because I still haven't figured out how to flip it on here. Hunger Games. You didn't see it. It's something I want to show y'all though. It's a newspaper article in here. Synthetic biological agents. How do you flip this camera, y'all? How do you turn it sideways or so y'all can read it? Or is it just always gonna be backwards on there? Which button do I push? Y'all know I don't be on here like that. Because that's gonna turn the camera. Let me see. That's turning it off. Is it away? Because it's not letting me. Do y'all see this? It ain't no button. It ain't one. It ain't. And now I can't get this damn thing off. Okay, we just gonna leave it. Because I messing with stuff now. The first one is pigs in the parlor. Yeah. But do y'all see what that say? It says Big Brother's coming. Reveal secret plan to tag every man, woman, and child. Do y'all know when this book was written? Hmm? 1991. Y'all see what that say? 1991. Revealed secret plan to tag every man, woman, and child. Coded microchips implanted in every person in the country would tie all of us into a master computer that could track anyone down at any moment. And plans for such a system are already underway, whether you like it or not. There go your QR code that we have to have for everything now. You can use your QR code to board a plane. They killed him in Arizona. Yep. So in 1991, they already knew that everybody was going to be chipped. And then again in 2014, our lovely, 2009, 2009, our president put in the Obamacare Act that they wanted everybody chipped. Mm-hmm. Nephew. The Hold the Pale Horse, you can download a copy. It's a very good book. But in here too, I was trying to find it, is the page where they talked about the, oh look. Look again. An ID tag that won't get lost. These are old newspapers, y'all. An ID tag that won't get lost. What I tell y'all about the whole, you gonna have to stand there to get your food so they can make sure this is the Real ID Act being planned out 20 years ago. 30 years ago, 40 years ago. This is the Real ID Act already being planned. $1991. And if it was published then, probably the 80s when he was writing it, for sure. I was trying to find a thing about the swine flu where they were saying all they had to do is inject people, tell them it's a I keep feeling sick to my stomach. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what page it's on in here, but there's a newspaper article in here where they said if they wanted to get everybody chipped, all they would have to do is say something like the swine flu was coming. And I don't know which page it's on. I would have to find it because I don't have it. Wait a minute. It's from 1989 too, which is crazy. These are government documents. Why would the Illuminati and the Freemasons be a part of global documentation? The swine flu hit when you was in high school? Yes. And they knew about it 20 years. And it even came out in the month that article came out. It was like April or May of 2009. And it was 1989 when the article ran about the swine flu. It was 1989 when that article ran, and it was 2009 when the swine flu hit. In the same month, it was like March or April, May, something like that. One of them months. Yeah. It's back here somewhere. It's got the state of New York Health Department, which is crazy because I'm gonna have to find it, y'all. I don't know exactly know which page it's on, but this is a good book. Mm-mm. No, they're not gonna. Yeah, and I gotta be going somewhere shortly, so I gotta get myself ready for it. Yeah. Well, I'm about to go. I just wanted to see who got on, and I just wanted to see who got on and study class earlier today, and see if y'all can remember to see yourself in this word before you get to point fingers at folks, because sometimes the stories be about you. Sometimes these stories be about you. Yeah, that's why I didn't get it. I do miss Williams, and that's why I did not get it. That's why I still ain't had surgery on my knee, because I know a lot of places you had to have be COVID vaccinated in order to do surgery, and so that's why my leg is still torn. My ACL and MCL is torn because no. Mm-hmm. Yep, good book. It's a lot of technical stuff in there, but I read that in 2009, and my cousin had read it years before that. Yes, Miss Ramona. Samuel, 2 Samuel 11 chapter. 11th and 12th chapter is what we was reading earlier. It was good, so read it in the NIV, please, if you can on your Bible Gateway app. Who enjoyed that class from earlier though? It was a little intense. It was definitely Jerry Springer, Geraldo, Sally Jesse Raphael, Christian Mingle. Yeah. Because it make you think about your actions and how they affected your kids. The things you did before you met your spouse that you didn't think nobody knew about, that every time they do it to you would make your heart hurt, but you know you did it to somebody else, but you can't tell them you did it to nobody else. Yes, ma'am, I enjoyed it, but I want to go back and read it. Yes, honey. Ooh, wait. Read it in IV. Ricky Lake, yeah. You been in the hospital, Miss Yulima? Well, I definitely hope you get better, Pumpkin. I know you told me your issue you was going through, honey. Don't claim nothing that they say. Claim the opposite. You hear me? Okay, y'all saying that, but that ain't what God say. I need to talk to my daddy about that because y'all don't have the last word on nothing. I do not take their word. The Bible be having good stuff, and it got lessons for your life. Just got out yesterday. Yes, ma'am. I will not claim it. Come on. Yep. We have whatever we speak. I'm not sick. I am well. You can lay hands on yourself, the Bible said, and heal yourself. Honey, this knee, I used to be like, God, please, please, because I don't have no car and I got to walk. And guess what? Over time, this knee just got better. I can do everything that I couldn't do last year. Y'all remember when I got on here, I was still moving slow, barely whatever. It's been a year. I ain't had no surgery. I'll pray over this knee in a minute. God, I need you to heal the sinews and the tendons and ligaments in my leg. We got power. You got the Holy Ghost. Touch the places where they say it's sick. Ask God if there's a root in your spiritual life that's holding on to that. Because sometimes y'all unforgiveness do cause us to be sick. And I'm not saying you, Miss Ulima, Miss Allen, but a lot of times y'all sickness come from a spiritual. It starts spiritually first. That's like when you get stressed out, you get sick right after. Anybody ever had a real stressful time and then immediately after you get sick because your immune system is lowered when you're stressed? That disease, dis-ease in your mind, sometimes it's some stuff that we ain't asked for forgiveness for. We didn't even know we did it or whatever. And it is a spiritual sickness. Spiritual sicknesses be why the doctors can't figure out why it's happening. When they be puzzled, scratching their head, and they don't understand, that's a spiritual sickness. Okay. Me, I used to bleed for months. Come on now. It's a real thing. And not always. Sometimes it is whatever. But a lot of times, this right here causes you to have thyroid problems from stress. Oh, yeah. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. Ask God, is there something that is causing this spiritual sickness? And that's why this book is going to come in handy. Yes, I prayed over my body because the doctor wanted to do surgery on my kidneys next, and I started feeling no pain and stronger. Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. God healed me. You are the doctor. You are the surgeon. He can do it. I told y'all with my baby, God told me to take my spit and put it on her eye. And I did just that. And that bump is still there, but her sight can't. They said it's medically impossible that the light is bending around the bump in her eye, and she ain't lost no color. There's no blood flowing to the black of it. All of that. When they kept telling me she gonna lose her sight, it's gonna pop out her socket. She ain't gonna be able to have her period. This thing. I said, oh, I don't receive none of that. Who is she talking to? Yes, she will. She gonna be able to see her eye ain't going nowhere. She not gonna lose her hair. She's gonna have a period. She's gonna have me some grandkids. I'm not receiving none of that. Yes, baby. Spiritual sickness can cause. Okay, listen. And God's authentic what I don't know. But sometimes situations that we put ourselves in that God don't approve of. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Who has read the stories of Joseph's brothers, the 12 patriarchs? Not read. Who's taken the time to study the 12 patriarchs? Really study. Y'all read in one of their stories that it said the same thing that you use to sin against God is the thing that he'll punish. He's not going to punish your mouth for what your vagina do. You get what I'm saying? He's not going to punish your foot for what your leg do. When I read that, it made all my punishments, like I said, this might be TMI, but I was with a man. God told me to quit giving my body to him, to quit opening my legs to him. And I would not stop doing that because we had been in a relationship for 3 years. And that was my man. And God almost took my leg. And he was like, you won't be able to close it. See this burn? I almost lost my leg in 2011. Okay? This is a burn, y'all. Scalding hot water. Then it got infected, and they said, if you wouldn't have came in, you was gonna lose your leg. Right after God told me, don't talk to him, don't give my body to him, this happened. And in order to do what we was doing, I had to open my leg. Do you understand? This is a burn. It was not a week after God told me don't sleep with him no more that this happened. You won't be able to close them. So when I tell people that God told me that, oh, God is not going to say nothing like that. Did y'all see what he told David today? He said, I'm going to give your wives away and you're going to have to watch other people have sex with them. I'm not playing with you. You're going to have to watch other people sleep with your wives, your friends, people you know. Y'all don't think that God give it like you give it, but he do. That's the same year Dad got burned. Listen, when I tell y'all it be my life on the line, it be body parts I'll be about to miss when I'm disobedient. I get laid in a hospital bed when I'm disobedient. And as y'all can see, when David was disobedient, his son was sick and died. God gave him another son, but this one you won't get to keep because you got it in the wrong way. Anything you get wrong, you gonna lose it. That's kids too. You call somebody else in pain, you gonna feel it. This is why I be telling y'all, I don't need no pastor to tell me not to do stuff. God be right on my head. Whether I got a pastor or not, he lay me down when I get to cutting up too much. Let me say too much. I see ain't got no teeth in here. He'll snatch these teeth out my mouth in a minute. Oh, you gonna use your mouth to talk crazy? Oh, okay. You gonna use your mouth to hurt somebody? Now your mouth is in pain. Now, how you like? And it's instant for me. It don't take long. I done went off on somebody in here and I felt my mouth start to hurt before I got off. People don't understand. Looking at you, hold up. People look at me. Yep. Come on. Because God's vengeance. Oh no, you don't get to do what you want to do. You think evil thoughts about people, you probably have a lot of headaches, migraines. You always thinking evil thoughts, like how you will get somebody back or how you will cuss them out or I wish this had happened to them. You're going to keep a headache. Keep a migraine. You use your mind to deceive people. Oh, yeah, you always going to be worried about somebody getting over on you to where it stress you out. Mm-hmm. Yes, baby. I do not play with the dad. That's why I don't want to steal nothing. I don't want to be dishonest. I don't want nobody man. I don't want nobody woman. I don't want nothing that ain't mine. Do you hear me? I don't want to you said throat chop and leaking. Moving on. Look, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to let you leak on the floor. Miss Sarah, I'm going to let you. Oh, I don't play. That's why when people like, you need a pastor. No, honey, because when I had a pastor, baby, these legs used to be folded all the way back. That don't got nothing to do with it. Like a pretzel, which you mean. And I'm being honest. But now that I ain't had one, baby, I didn't been the because it don't have nothing to do with your pastor. Your personal relationship with God is going to make you not do stuff. Or about to lose your leg. You hear me? I don't play with God like that. And it wasn't because my leader gonna see me. It's because my daddy see me. Everywhere I go, everything I say, everything that I do. There was a young lady I met. I told y'all. Okay, so I was on this a long time ago. Facebook, it was a dude. And you just be scrolling. He was friends on my Facebook. I don't even know how he got there. When we first get Facebook, you just be accepting everybody. Long story short, one day I was just going through people's profiles, just looking at pictures, and I went on his page. Didn't like nothing. I did not like one thing on this man's page. Within 7 minutes, he was in my inbox asking me, could I talk to him? And I didn't know what was going on, but I talked to him. He ended up telling me he was married. He had not divorced his wife, left his wife, was messing with this girl. Long story short, the girl that he was messing with, I'm telling y'all, she got ovarian cancer. She was 20 years old. They was both basketball players, whatever else in college. Okay? She said the first time she started messing with him, nothing happened because she didn't know he was married. The second time she started messing with him, she got diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And the doctors told her that if she didn't let go of whatever was stressing her out, which was him, that she was going to die before she was 21. They gave her 4 months to live. She had not had a regular cycle in the whole time that she said it was dark and crazy. It was nuts. That day, this was like August of 2014. I said, God told me to tell you, if you stop touching him, he going to heal your body. Do y'all know that girl called me back in a month? And her periods was normal. She told him, I'm not dealing with you no more. And why did the doctors tell her her cancer, her ovarian cancer was gone? In a month. It was gone. No surgeries, no medicine, no nothing. It was gone. But when she first walked in my door, I said, God keep telling me barren. Barren, like not have no babies, barren. And she finally broke down and said, I got diagnosed with ovarian cancer the second time I started messing with him because I knew he was married. She asked God to forgive her, quit sleeping with that man, and the next month, her period was normal. And she didn't have normal periods from what I knew ever since because I checked on her for the next year a couple different times. But she was using her part, okay, to sin against God. She was sleeping with a married man on purpose. The first time she didn't know, so God had mercy. The second time she knew. She was only 20. They gave her 4 months to live. So she was about to lose her life and possibly her soul for a man that was married to somebody else. Is it worth it? You found Bullfinch's Mythology. Come on now. Good job. That's a good book to have. We got it back there, Camille. Right? Is anybody over there getting throat chopped? I'm going to just move to the side. Y'all can just do 2 fingers like this, like you about to leave out the church. Anybody? Anybody got throat chopped this evening? A girl had my baby by my husband. He didn't tell me. God used me to prophesy to her. She was pregnant, but now she has lupus. It's a real thing. It's a person that talks crazy about me having lupus, and they got lupus worse than me now. Like, they lupus put them in the hospital. They told somebody she don't got lupus. She got the gift, right? Which I don't, but that's what she was telling people. And she got lupus, and her lupus puts her in the hospital for days and weeks at a time. So not only did you lie on me, you was deceptive, telling people something that wasn't true. God gave you what I have, but multiplied. That explains why I've been in the house since my surgery. Because God knew I probably would have been on something. Oh, yep. You already know. So, y'all love me still? I know these lessons be a little throat choppy, but guess what? He chopped me in my throat for about 15 years. It's time for y'all to get some. Get you some. Now my throat is, my neck is strong. Now I don't too much go all the way back now. When he hit me in my head, I can just hold it there a little bit. Ooh, because I used to get all at one time. Listen, it's tight, but it's right. You hear me? And it don't have nothing to do with church. I got a sore throat right now. Let me ask y'all a question. Who see that none of this don't got nothing to do with worshiping in the house of God or And I don't mean don't, but I'm saying all of this don't have nothing to do with church. All the stuff that be chopping y'all in y'all throat got to do with your personal relationship with how you conduct yourself on this earth that God gave us. It don't have nothing to do with you showing up in the choir stand, being a part of no organization, none of that. Because you can do all that and never address any of this. Let me ask you a question. For those of you that just been going to church and you really wasn't studying the word, and be honest, do you think you was going to bust hell wide open if you didn't start looking into some of this and seeing that, wait a minute, just because my pastor is okay because I'm showing up don't mean God is pleased with the things that I've been doing. Who's honest enough to say, because I'm telling y'all right now, if I would have stayed in church, I'd have bust hell wide open for sure. I would have went to hell from the pew. Because my pastor was saying I was okay, so then God must have been saying I was okay. But that's not what God was saying. Because my pastor wanted my money. My pastor wanted their seats to be full. But if you can honestly say, prior to now or whatever you've been going through now, what you getting through the word, like, ooh, if God would have came and got me, baby, this rap sheet would have been way long. Oh, God, thank you. So I know to ask for forgiveness for this and mercy and all of it. Take them to church. I'm not saying don't go. I'm not saying don't go to church. I will go to church. But I'm saying church can't be your only thing. Church should be on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, Sundays, whatever. Church should be your cherry on the top. You should have been scooping your ice cream or your gravy on the top. You should have been making your food and eating your food all weekend. That should just solidify your pastor should be preaching on something you teach on, because if we all in one spirit, it's going to be there. But if you honest enough with yourself and say, yeah, nah, God come back right now. That's why y'all hear me say, yeah, I don't know if I'll make it or not. I don't know. Because I'm not God, and his thoughts are not my thoughts, and his ways are not my ways. And he don't think like humans. So I can think I'm okay. But God can think I'm detestable. You see what I'm saying? My pastor, because I'm keeping his pockets loaded, can say God is pleased with me. But if I don't ask God, it don't really matter. Because your pastor ain't going to be next to God on Judgment Day. It's only going to be God sitting there. And he the person you have to be lining up with their stuff, not your pastor. Okay? So when people say, you need to go tell I don't need to tell the pastor nothing. I'm about to tell God, and God reprimands me quicker than any pastor would, because he ain't got time to see what I'm doing. So I can sneak in and sneak out and be on whatever I want to, as long as I'm paying my tithes. He ain't worried about it. Only time I'm going to hear from him is when I ain't giving the money. So what about my spiritual walk? What about when I'm sneaking and creeping with old boy down the street? What about when I'm thinking about doing whatever it is that I'm doing that God is not going to be pleased with? Because you're not worried about my soul, you're worried about my pockets. But when you get a real relationship with God, don't nobody got to tell you it's wrong. God will tell you. You will feel it in your spirit like, ooh, you didn't like that? I ain't doing that. I don't know. I just got a feeling I'm not supposed to be doing this. Pastor didn't have to come and tell you nothing. Pastor didn't have to come and tell. Pastor don't have to tell me not to invite nobody to my house. He don't have to tell me. Because as soon as I think about doing it, God, oh, yeah. So you don't remember how your heart was hurt last time? You're going to keep on crying and keep on doing the same dumb thing and then beg me to take this off of you? No, I'm not going to do that. Go ahead if you want to. I'm mad. It's your choice. I'm just telling you, you already know that there's consequences for everything you do. It's either going to be a reward or discipline. So be mindful of that. And everybody got their own cross that they got to bear. Everybody got their own thing. Yours might be whatever it is. ARR and ARRD. Come on, baby. Come on, Miss Joy. Action, reaction, and reward, or action, reaction, and discipline. Which one you want? The first two the same. It's always going to be a reaction to any action. But your decisions decide and make the difference in if you getting the reward at the end of that thing or if you got some hell coming. Your decisions. And think about this. When we read about the whole soul thing, it said the only thing that God don't choose for you is if you're gonna be good or bad. You choose that. Everything else, how you look, where you gonna live, where you gonna work. He chose all of that. The only thing that he did not choose is if you're gonna be a good person or a bad person. That alone is left up to you. That alone is left up to you. So I love y'all. I'm about to go. I was only supposed to be on here 30 minutes. I gotta go clean my closet. Now that I y'all closets, I got to go clean my own. I love y'all. I'm about to go. Y'all got some reading to do. I say please read 2 Samuel 11 and 12, maybe 13, and then go back and read the 12 patriarchs. Y'all take y'all time and go through them brothers, because it tell you a lot about life instances and situations in that 12 patriarchs. You're welcome, Miss Erica. Yes, I love y'all. Definitely, y'all get in them 12 patriarchs. If you feel like you're trying to navigate through life and the same stuff keeps happening, you need to read them 12 patriarchs. You almost finished with Jasher? Well, hey, you can mix a little. I mean, you ain't got to eat spaghetti every day. You can eat spaghetti and salad and a little bit of garlic bread. You can do it after that. You can read Jasher and a little bit of the 12 patriarchs. That could be your salad on the side. Yeah. Just sneak over there and get your little salad and put it on your plate. You gotta eat spaghetti every day. So, I love y'all. Yes, you can read Jasher and get you a little bit of, one of the brothers or something. Thank you so much. Peace be with you as well. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. Got the whole meal. Yes, honey. You got to get it. Don't forget your drink. That can be Adam and Eve. Get you some spiritual food in there. Well-rounded diet. Always. Yeah. Yep, because sometimes some things are time sensitive. So if God needs you to see something, they wasn't. But if God needs you to see something because you have to give a word for the day, you want to give a word correctly. And so sometimes God will take you out of your studies for a minute because he know he about to send somebody to you for the information he about to give you. So it's almost like somebody giving you money to give to somebody else. It was never your money. You was just holding it. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes when you do that, a balance play, exactly. Sometimes you got to dip out and go get something because it's another piece that you need to put into that puzzle or whatever it is. So I love y'all. Good night, family. I'm about to go for real this time. I'll see y'all later. Come on. Good night.